So y'all know the trailer dropped, okay? The mid-season trailer dropped, and we got to see primarily what I care about: Miss Melody walking out of the, first of all, showing up to Destiny's event, then turning around, walking out. Destiny seeming like she didn't want to be bothered with Mel, but then turned around and I don't want to say chase Mel out the door, but followed behind Mel is what I'll say. So voice her words about Mel should have been kicked out, like she did Tisha or whatever like that. But I don't know, Destiny, you ain't got no balls like that for real, girl. But anyway. Miss Mel go outside to check Miss Wanda. Y'all know Miss Wanda has been running amok on social media. I feel like she may have calmed down a bit, but Miss Wanda was running amok on social media. And I also feel like if she has calmed down, it's because a lot of people was putting these petitions out talking about how they don't want Wanda on this show no more. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah. And the reason she really came under fire was because of the things that she was alluding to in her live, talking about how Melody's youngest daughter may not be Martell's. But of course, Wanda feels like she really got that from Martell himself. Like, he the one who kind of said this, so she just took it and ran with it. But y'all got to be careful. Speaking, like, mentioning the children at all is definitely a soft spot. So you might not want to just do that at all moving forward. And you already know they're going to be on your head, Top Wanda, because of what you've said about the children in the past, because you have mentioned them. You've compared the texture of their hair to each other. Like, are you serious? If you could do that to children, then I know you did that when it came to Kiki and Tisha. As much as y'all try to act like there was no competition between the both of them, and I think Kiki even said that there was, I do believe that based on how Wanda has tried to compare the Holt and the Scott's children when they were really close at some point, from my understanding, girl. Okay, so there is an article that I just wanted to get into, like a quick little insert. Let me pull it up real quick. Like, do I have it up over here? Yes. Okay, from Urban Belle magazine. Shout out to them. They're saying that Letitia Scott responded to the criticism surrounding her mother. Okay, so they're saying Melody Holt and Martell Holt are in a good place when it comes to co-parenting. Indeed, they are. Okay, we already saw what they've gone on their trip and everything. We also saw that Miss Ariane was a bit pissed about that. Okay, girl, I cannot take it. Did y'all use that discount code that she had called Double Stick? Girl, y'all gotta let me know if y'all used her little discount code. Girl, trying to get some money off Miss Mel. I guess she gonna profit some way, huh? Anyway. They're saying, however, the Love and Marriage Huntsville stars are still dealing with drama, of course. And it's going to go on and on and on until Mel and Martell probably leave the show, if that ever happens. IDK. All right. Do y'all think the Scotts will be able to, like, let's say Mel and Martell left the show. Do you believe that the Scotts will be able to hold it on their own? The Scotts and the Whitlows. Do you think they'll be able to hold the viewership on their own? Or do you think that they need the Holts in order for the show to, like, continue to get the views that it gets? Almost 500,000. Y'all got to let me know y'all thoughts on that. Really? Are you responding to what I just asked? Because that was quick. You must knew what I was going to say before I could even open my mouth, girl. Okay, a lot of y'all are saying absolutely not. No, y'all don't believe the Scotts can do it? Oh, Zane. What if they bring, what she call her son? Little man, big man. What's the man name? What's the man name that got the baby? Don't know, but do somebody know it? What's the man name? The girl didn't seem like she wanted anybody to know she was pregnant by him. T-Man. That's the name, man. Y'all don't think T-Man gonna be able to help him out? Y'all don't think T-Man gonna be able to help? No, they can't. They might. Somebody say, I don't. Okay, that's fair. I don't. They might. IDK, right? IDK, right? I can't speak on everyone, but I won't be watching that. Oh wow. Okay, the Holts need them. Okay, Roz came through and said, no, the Holts need them. They are not interesting without the others. And now that they are divorced, okay, all right, well, okay, they need them. Okay, maybe they've been holding the viewership this season. Mel has been filming very little. Okay, Melody. Okay. Let's see what else before we continue. Bring in whoever, but nah, okay. It would be a totally different show. I could see that too. It probably wouldn't be Love and Marriage Huntsville, child. It probably would not be that. If they open up and be honest about their marriages, then you'll be able to be tuned in. Okay. I got it. Okay. I saw a lot of no's. I saw a lot of people. So, it's a little half and half is what it sounds like. You know what I'm saying? Not those best of Alabama's. What? They cannot carry the show. Okay. All right. No, Whitlows are too boring. The Scotts are too ratchet. We're not too ratchet. You think the Scotts is ratchet? Remember, Carlos needed Mel and Martell to bring in other couples because they couldn't sell it with just the two of them. Yeah, and they chose the couples. Yep. Or at least I'm not going to say that they couldn't sell just the two of them, but they couldn't sell what that show was going to be like, and based on what what's his name, Carlos divulges in when it comes to his shows, he needs the drama. So they weren't going to be able to just do a home makeover show over there on the own and guarantee that it was going to get viewership. He knew his formula and that he was going to need a little bit of drama. So in order to make this happen, y'all got some friends? I mean, who's the people you can let meet, and then we can do like some shoots a little bit around y'all and see how this is going to work. So that's how they went. So it wasn't just that he couldn't sell it with the two of them. It was more so the format of the show they wanted originally. So yeah. Okay, so let's keep going through this article. They said recently Letitia's mother, Miss Wanda, questioned the paternity of their youngest child. This didn't sell well with them, and Melody's decision to confront Miss Wanda while the cameras were rolling resulted in Martell clashing with Marcel Scott. We saw that when all of the Mayhay and Melee, whatever you want to call it, when all of that dropped. We talked about that over here. So they definitely got into it. And I knew it was that bald headed Marcel. Y'all saw that trailer when he was talking and yelling at Martell or whatever like that. And I thought his teeth was gonna fly out. Girl, I knew it. It was in that moment. I said, I knew it was you. And Maurice always trying to play the peacemaker all the time, always trying to play the peacemaker, but he was the one that pushed Martell. Girl, it was a mess. I mean, I don't know. We're going to see the season because I don't know. I just saw a trailer. Maybe Martell needed to be pushed, okay? Because he definitely was like out here like, who wants some, okay? He definitely was on his on his stance, like he was doing basketball. He was just trying to, block whoever he could, okay? So they said this, let me go back, okay? So they said, in fact, it's rumored that the two men actually came to blows. Now, this is what Urban Bill Meg is saying, girl, not them coming to blows. Now, the camera, is y'all going to give us a hint? Are y'all going to give us a hint of that? Or y'all not going to want us to get a hint of that in case any lawsuits say anything fall out the sky, girl? Let me know. So they're saying some fans now want Miss Wanda fired from the show. Of course, we knew that because they started petitions and things. And it got a lot of signatures. Now, I did not sign it, but I feel like a few of y'all watching this video instead of being signed at least, trying to get Miss Wanda up off that show. I don't think that's going to ever happen. Okay. But they said at one point, Martell said Miss Wanda had been fired indeed, because I did a video on that where he was at like a baseball game, or not a game. It was like a baseball trials or practice or something with his son Tank. And Martell had said that Wanda is out of here. So a lot of people started to run with that, believing that Miss Wanda was indeed out of here. And when Martell said that, you can hear baby Tank. Let me tell y'all, baby Tank grown. He's so cute. He is funny, girl. That baby there is above his time or whatever, okay? Because little man said, oh, that's good. And Martell's like, what you say? He was like, oh, Miss Wanda, she got up off the show like, that's good. I was like, oh, wow. Okay, well, there's that. Okay. What else ended up happening? So yeah, they started a petition. Martell said that she was out of here. She wasn't. Marceau even came to his page to say some things where he ended up denying that. And I believe he said that Wanda will continue to film, but she was just going to film with her family or whatnot. What else happened? So she did appear on, Miss Wanda and Marceau appeared on the Nightcap with Carlos King. I did not watch it, but I don't know if anything happened. I didn't see anything else on the blogs that, whenever something major happens on the show, they're going to post it. And I ain't seen nobody post it or talk about it and then like that. Or I ain't going to say blogs, but I'll say these fan pages that they have. So I didn't see anybody talk about it. So I felt like Miss Wanda probably wasn't saying nothing, either that or the people really is tired of Miss Wanda because ain't nobody else like repost or say nothing that she said. Oh, wow. Anyway, so what they're saying is that there actually have been fans that's been saying that they're going to skip out on watching the show. I'm not skipping out on shit. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Wanda there or not. But it seems like people say that Miss Wanda going to continue to be a part of the show. I'm not going to watch the show at all. Yikes. Now, after Carlos promoted the episode on his Instagram account, Letitia showed love in the comments, and it didn't take long for some of the fans to respond with plenty of criticism. Okay, one user wrote, y'all need to crawl under a rock talking about an innocent baby where Marceau probably got other seeds out here. Girl, y'all is the messy hell attacking this lady like this. Girl, not y'all sitting up here telling this lady they wrong as hell for attacking the innocent child when this man probably got children out here already. Ooh, girl, y'all be, oh my God. Oh my goodness. Jeez Louise. Let's see. Let's keep going because it looked like, girl, it could have been a little more. So Tisha responded and said, who said anything about a baby? And I'm looking at the comment like, Your mama. Come on, Candace. Come through, Miss Candace and Dr. Heavenly. Your mama. Okay, who say anything about a baby? Your mama. Your mama did. Your mama got a whole live, a documented, okay, got a whole documented video of her saying such. Girl, your mama. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. What else ended up happening over here? So another person wrote, boo, definitely not watching. Can't support someone who continues to talk recklessly about kids. I never heard the Holt say anything about the Scott's children. And then Tisha responded and said, and the Scotts never said anything about the Holt's kids. So what is we talking about? What is we talking about? And I feel like Tisha might be right. I do. Wanda is not a Scott. Okay, from my understanding, it's more, right? I don't know. Because Wanda just sat up here and got married, girl. She got a boyfriend on the side. She probably got 2 husbands. I don't know what me Wanda got, but I know her last name ain't Scott. You know what I'm saying? So Tisha ain't lying when she said that, girl. Okay, your mama did. So it's definitely not giving Scott's. It's definitely giving whatever Miss last name is Wanda got. Oops, yikes, okay? So I'm just telling y'all what Miss Irvin Bell May had said, you know what I'm saying, mixed in with a little bit of my commentary, girl. But you know what I'm saying? There's that. The show would be better if everyone films together. Carlos needs to encourage them that although they have differences for the betterment of the show, they need to work through the issue on camera. Yes, I think he might still be trying. I think he's trying to do that. The demographics of those who watch this show from day one is the group over 40. It's the young folks signing that petition. Ooh, messy hell. It's the young people signing the petition. And girl, I'm not over 40, but I was tuned in from the very beginning. But girl, I'm just one person, so let me be quiet. Wanda works my nerves, but she gets drama started. She just needs to be clipped on how low she goes. Okay. Tisha does use her mama to speak for her. Of course. Riza says, stop making Tisha responsible for Wanda. If she told her to stop, Wanda is so stubborn. She is still going to do what she wants to do. And Wanda has definitely said that out her mouth. She gonna do whatever it is that she wants to do. Period. Okay. Let me see what else you guys are saying before we move on and talk about Miss Destiny here. Let's see. The Scots need Wanda, not the show. Okay. Somebody says, I don't care for Hotel, but Maurice pushed him. All bets are off. So there's that. Yikes. Okay. Let's go ahead and talk about Miss Destiny. This is a very unfortunate situation, in my opinion, because somebody's kind of like attacking her business again. I know some people called Destiny out a while ago, like a few months ago, about her store being closed. And she ended up doing a video about that. I know she was trying to hire some people to come in and really help her with the store. We also did an interview. The Ladies First panel did an interview with Destiny where she kind of talked about the store and some of the struggles and things that she's dealt with, through the pandemic and things. But it seems like somebody else more recently has come out and had some things to say. So let's get into this. They said, please delete if not allowed. I want to give a warning for anyone thinking about working for this business, as I don't want anyone else to be in the same predicament as me. But I see I'm being ignored and everything is just getting ridiculous at this point. The owner of Madani Beauty Supply has had plenty of time to contact me and come to a resolution regarding my pay at her business. And I haven't been reached out to still, and it's been a month since I started and still nothing. They said no check, no deposits, no contact, no nothing. I had to take Ubers and Lyfts for 2 weeks straight and was scheduled only 1 day off a week. And in my time there, I called out twice. I even went as far as to order some stuff for the business that they needed. I was still willing to give free. What? You were still willing to give free of repayment as well. What does that mean? But I still haven't even been contacted at all. I gave my banking and routing info as did the other girls that worked there. And from what I've heard, they were paid. I was told 3 weeks from my start date, I would receive a check, but then a set date, which was the first, was announced. She put in parentheses and says, my start date was the 6th. And the other girls were paid on the 1st despite them starting the job a week after I did. I've contacted the manager of the store and am getting nowhere. She said that Destiny would be getting in contact with me soon after I inquired, but still nothing. In fact, I heard she was in New York the weekend I began to inquire about the pay, and that she also came to the job, in parentheses, a lounge/bar I met her at. So I guess the person has another job as well. So they say, and that happened on a Wednesday. They says, it's not about the money anymore because I'm going to have to make it work to pay my bills regardless, but it's really the principle. I felt like this was going to happen and I should have listened to the warnings, but I guess I was just trying to give the benefit of the doubt. I really ran myself thin working for this business, and it doesn't feel good that this is the way people are. Okay, so the person also goes on to say more. So let's get into that. They said, let me find it. Let me find it. They said, I really ran myself thin working for this business, and it doesn't feel good that this is the way people are treated despite the work they put into this business that so desperately needed and needs the help. She says, please, if you are thinking of working for this business or sending someone you may know here for employment, please reconsider. I wouldn't want for another individual to go through what I have to, especially during times like these. That is a very unfortunate. The person wrote this post under their actual name, it looks like, with their photo and stuff. So, maybe this could indeed be true. I don't know. I know a lot of people are going to feel away because Destiny just happens to be on a TV show and they may feel like somebody's trying to bring her business down. That could be true, or what the person is saying could be a fact. I just know that, and out of Destiny's mouth that she has, struggled with a few things. But I don't know if this message from this person is indeed factual. It could be. You know what I'm saying? And now that it's being out there, I'm sure Destiny is probably working on making sure that she's able to, pay her if this is indeed the situation. You know what I'm saying? So I do feel like, what were the means that you reached out to her? Like, did you hit her up on Facebook, Instagram? Did you go by the store again, maybe hoping to catch her there to have a conversation? So, I feel like there probably were multiple ways that you could have went about this. Instead, you wanted to, call her out over here on Facebook. Like, that's not so nice. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what you guys are saying. Well, that's interesting. I don't know. I said, why would everybody else get paid except for you? Did you not fill out some paperwork accurately? Was she on your head top necessarily? Oh, wow. So they're saying that allegedly Destiny did what? Well, I'll need to see more on this. I would need to see more on that. Cool. I'm kind of with you, Miss Gemini. I'm not sure if this is factual here, because I do feel like how you feel like there were multiple ways you could have went about this situation. So it's like, is this true? I'm not. I don't know if I believe this. No, Tisha also talks some slick SHI about Mel having a baby. Okay, I.e. talked about the kids. She needs to see her non-fashion self in town somewhere. Oh, yikes. Okay. Yikes. Yikes. We've been known Destiny isn't business savvy. She is too busy being in business that doesn't concern her to focus on the business that should pay her. Oh, wow. Wow. According to Mel, she called Tisha a BIT because she said something disrespectful about Sugar Mama. That was edited out. Okay. So are we believing this, guys? Do we want to believe this? I don't know if I want to believe this about Miss Destiny. If everybody else got paid, are you sure you didn't get paid? Maybe you went to the wrong address or something. Okay. White chocolate mocha. Yeah, guys. So, okay, a few of you guys aren't necessarily believing this. Okay, I feel y'all on that, right? So it's like, okay, not. I don't know about that. Somebody says she could have went to the Department of Labor, but it sounds like she was warning people. Well, you're right, Jamie, girl. She could have went. She could have went. and then just, giving people a heads up type thing. Yikes. Wow, wow, wow. Well, either way, good luck. We really hate that for everybody involved, okay? For that to come down on Destiny about her business, in addition to, if the lady didn't get anything, you know what I'm saying? That sucks. But I want to get to the last thing here real quick. Like, Martell did this interview or whatever, good, over there at the Essence Fest, okay? So I'm just going to play that, and we're going to watch that, and we can chit chat about that as well. So let me go ahead and pull that up. All right. And we'll definitely be getting out of here soon. Okay. Let me see if I have my other thing here. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find that really briefly here. If not, I may have to download another one. Go ahead and like the video for me if you guys do not mind, as I work on what I'm working on real quick. Let me see if I have it. I'm searching for it. I don't see it. Do I have another here? I don't know why I deleted the last one. Let's see. Almost there. I probably would have came out better downloading a new one. Let's see. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so let's get ready to share this video.
In terms of rejection, so I was married for several years. I think some of you guys know.
Let me know that you guys can hear it.
So within that relationship, I feel that my rejection came in, and I was complaining about me being rejected when it came to, dinners being cooked, sex, some of the things of that nature. And a lot of times I was pointing a finger at my wife at the time. I was telling her, like, hey, you need to take care of me. You should do this, you should do that. But in a conversation that I had earlier with my friend, I have to look at why she was rejecting me. And I feel that a person really isn't going to just reject you just because. And I feel that something that I was doing that made her not want to perform, not go in that kitchen and want to cook for me, or when I tap her on the shoulder at night, not wanting to roll over. So I have to look deeper. I have to look at myself,
okay,
and see the reason why.
Right. And so, what did you discover?
Well, it's kind of new.
What did you discover?
It's kind of new right now, because I'm telling you, every day is a learning experience. Seriously, every day is a learning experience. Mm-hmm. And today, honestly, yesterday, it opened my eyes up. Like, damn, because again, throughout the season, even up until yesterday, I was saying, like, she's the reason. She was rejecting me. And yeah, I went out there, I cheated.
Did he say throughout the season and up until yesterday? Did I hear that? Throughout the season and up until yesterday. Girl, let me just...
Even up until yesterday, I was saying...
What you mean up until yesterday? When did you realize that? When you was on vacation with Mel? Because it sounds like you were saying you kept trying to make her the problem. I thought y'all had been progressing for some time and topped it off with a family vacay. Not yesterday, not up until yesterday. And at the time that this was filmed, it seems like up until yesterday would have been on a trip with the family. Girl, here, man.
Like, she's the reason. She was rejecting me. And yeah, I went out there, I cheated because she wasn't doing X, Y, Z. Mm-hmm. But again, I really have to look at myself, and I haven't looked at myself until now.
Right.
Now
I do want to, because so it's easy to say that now because of everything that has happened. It's easy to say, well, I should have looked at myself.
You have to go through some shit.
But I don't want you to gloss over the issue from the very beginning. Because I've watched your show, and we've talked a little bit about this.
Yeah.
I've watched your show, and my viewpoint is different than most. Because what I saw was a man who was not being heard.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I saw it because she's not a damsel in distress, right? She has a very dominant personality, so she's not a victim. Yeah. So I saw you voice your concern, and
But that's the thing, ma'am. He just sat up here and said that he didn't know the reason why she would not want to do certain things for him or cook or show up for him. Did it ever occur to you that there is also reasons as to why she did not want to listen to him? So for you to say she's not a damsel in distress or whatever the case may be, I saw a woman, like, we can't ignore what happened in the very beginning. She didn't want to listen. Like, that's what he trying to tell you. Like, are you not listening? Like, did it ever occur to you as you're sitting on the panel thinking and reflecting that maybe it was something going on within him that she felt as though she could not listen to him? Obviously, he wasn't doing a good job at being a leader. They were having that as they came onto the show, which is, in my opinion, going to affect her wanting to listen to him. Somebody that you feel like, hey, where you leading me to? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? But maybe it's just me.
Saw someone.
I mean, at the end of the day, she entitled to her opinion, but
sometimes talk over you, and I saw you just look, and I'm just assuming in your mind you like, okay, well, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
So it's easy to say.
So it sounds like you making an excuse, in my opinion, for him to have stepped out on his wife, and that may not be what you are trying to say, but that's how it's coming off as a viewer.
Well, I gotta look. You do have to look at you, but I don't want to gloss over how you got to the place where you say, you know what, I'm gonna cheat.
Yeah.
Because something happened, not just, it's the both of you. It's not one person.
100%.
It's the both of you. So I just want the focal point to be that, because it's so easy, especially bitter women. Y'all like, he ain't take accountability and all that. No, y'all, you got to look at.
That's what most of the women say too.
That's what most of them say. It's all on my feed, all on my Instagram feed. So I just want to shine a light on that you have to, they both have valid concerns. Not just talk to us about your experience with rejection and obsession or retaliation.
Well, I guess some of the things that I mentioned before, earlier or whatnot, everything that I will discuss, it pertains to my marriage, because, I was married for quite some time, for 11, 12 years or whatnot. And, any rejection I really went through, it was pertaining to the marriage. And so a lot of the times that I would definitely say my ex-wife rejected me. Well, considering that, I was married for like 12 years, so some of the things I will discuss, it will pertain to, my previous marriage or whatnot. And there was a lot of rejection going on there. And I guess some of the ways we really can't dictate how we're going to retaliate. And one of my retaliations was, again, I spoke about it earlier, was me cheating. And I feel that, though cheating is wrong, but I feel that rejection that I was receiving, it seems as if I had no, ladies don't get mad, but it seemed like I had no other option but to be out almost, because I felt that I had the discussion with her on things.
But you really didn't do that. I mean, being out would have been by way of divorce. You stepped out, but you didn't get out. And I think, you know what I'm saying? This is the way you messed up. And this said, well, let's keep going.
Things that she wasn't doing. It's not like I was a stay-at-home husband. No, I was the breadwinner within my marriage. I was like the dominant parent and things of that nature too. But then, it's like you're not cooking and I can't have sex when I want it. And so that really pushed me out the door. But again, like I said earlier, I can't point the finger all at her. I have to look back at me of the reason that she was rejecting me. And
so I'm going to ask you, not to cut you off, but how long did you contemplate stepping out before you actually did it? Because that's not something that you decide in a moment's time. There were some things that transpired.
Crazy. I'm so sorry, but it's crazy that you say that, because the first time that I met that particular person, it was the night that my ex-wife was supposed to go to me to a barbecue. We got into it that night. She was on a computer in the bed, and she made this statement to me. We got into it. She said, "Go out there and find your girlfriend." She said, I mentioned she was on the show, she admitted to it and all that, but she said, "Go out there and find your girlfriend," as she was up in the bed on her computer. And I'm like, wow. So honestly, that got into my spirit apparently, because that night I met the girl I told.
Not y'all laughing. Girl, not y'all laughing, ma'am. That ain't funny. I guess they got in my spirit that night. Well, girl, let Miss Mel tell it on one of them other episodes. I mean, Nika had aired you out about being a cheater anyway because she was over there asking about her assistant. So, I mean, did it just start there or did it start at another time?
I told her, I said, listen, I want you to be my girlfriend.
That's what you said?
I said, yeah. And
It's being very transparent here. Oh my.
I told her that night, I said, look, I want a girlfriend. And I told her XYZ. And
Did you tell her you were married, though?
oh, yeah, I did. I always want my
Don't
ring.
nobody care if y'all married?
I'm confused because didn't Miss Girl say that she was rocking with him for like 6 months before she found out that he was married? So when did you tell her that you was married? And see, now I'm starting to think he could have probably showed up to that event with that ring on. So Miss Girl had already known that this man was married anyway, but then gonna sit up here and do a whole interview and say something else. Girl, y'all is messy hell. Woo.
Don't nobody care?
They don't.
Yes, I always want my ring. Always want my ring. And I mean, I know it wasn't a good thing, but at the time, you know, that for me, there was comfort. You know, there was someone respecting me as a man and things of that nature. Someone really listened to me. Someone that really catered to me.
Right.
And apparently, at that moment, that's something I was searching for.
Somebody stroke your ego.
Hell yeah, I needed that. I need it.
But talk about that. No, I really want you to talk about that because we don't acknowledge that. We're laughing, but he needed that.
Yeah. And Delicious just mentioned, she just asked me, did I feel guilty? You know, it's crazy because in the beginning phase, I felt guilty. And it's like, damn, what am I doing? But I guess as time progressed, I felt less and less guilty. It almost like it became the norm. So I guess for anybody, you know, it's don't get up into that situation, period. Yeah. Because it's like 7 years in, I still communicate with that girl, and she is the mother of my son. Just like that. It's crazy.
Yeah. But see,
Y'all know Jason not gonna sit nowhere too long and not have nothing to say.
here's the deal. Because when she said go get a girlfriend, that's a hall pass, right? But it's then when y'all get them kids, now it's complicated because the kid is a real live human being.
That's just 7 years later, though. Kid came 7 years later.
7 years, 10 years, 10 days. I'm okay with but see, I don't know. Let me shut up. Go ahead.
Listen,
Yes, let you. Love you, Jason, but let you in this moment. Because one thing Jason gonna do is make it about him.
Y'all gotta hear what he's saying.
No, when you're in a marriage, don't even play with that shit. Don't say go out there and get a girl. Don't even play with it. Take care of your significant other no matter what. That's my thing.
Oh, I agree with you because I feel like
It's given. Let me throw this back off on her. Like, you should have never said it. Had you never said it, I would have never did it. Like, I don't give a damn. I can tell you to jump off a bridge. You finna go jump? Well, let me know which bridge you finna jump off of then. Like, that's not going to fly. You should have never told him to jump off a bridge. Well, he should have his own mind to not do no stupid like that. Okay, thank you so much, Esther Bailey, for the Cash App. I appreciate you. I just saw it. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
part of the reason why.
That was like a common law marriage. You do know that, right? Like you was emotionally invested.
Girl, shut the fuck up. I'm sorry, y'all. All respect to this woman, I promise. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, that's not a common law marriage, okay? Especially not in Alabama. Girl, just because he was interacting in a relationship with this woman, that was not a common law. When you live in a household with a person for multiple years, maybe about 7 years, I think she may have that right. I'm not, no, I feel like it's shorter than that. I don't think it's 7 years. I think it's less than that. When you live in the same household as somebody and you're operating as though you're a couple, at some point it does transfer to being a common law marriage. Okay, girl? I know because I was damn near in one of them. Okay, I've been delivered, so praise the Lord, saints. Okay, and I have to do no paperwork to get the hell out of it. But anyway, girl, that's wrong. And it's sad to me to sit up here and see that you're trying to make excuses for his behavior, and that may not again be what you're trying to do, but that is how it's coming off to me as a viewer. Yikes.
Of course.
In this relationship. So you had no intention on ending it. Like you just had like two wives.
I mean, honestly, it wasn't my. it wasn't my intention on staying that long, you know?
Thank you so much, 2Ls, for the super chat. She told his ass to pay that builder's license exam, but he ain't listened to that, though. Oh, okay. Yikes. We hate to hear it. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it.
I mean, honestly, I didn't want it to be the way it happened. I didn't envision that, you know? It's something that, it's like, it was my escape. Almost for like some happiness or something like that. Like, I mean, but for real though, you know, I was in a marriage, you know, my wife didn't complain about too much, really. It almost seemed like I was the one complaining. Like, damn. So, no.
Wow. She probably, never mind.
I appreciate the transparency.
I was thinking this.
Let's go.
I was just, and I'm not trying to be smart. And
No, be smart. Go ahead.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying maybe it was a relief for her because she didn't have to, because I don't know
It's
your
hard as
story.
hell
I don't
being a
know.
wife. I know that.
No, not even just being a wife. I don't know the story. I don't know her side of the story.
Yeah.
I'm just speaking from, I'm always a woman first. You know what I'm saying? Whether, even if I'm in a situation or I've experienced it or not, I'm still, you know, a woman first. Yeah. So maybe it got to where I don't know the story. I don't know her side of the story. Yeah. I'm just speaking from, I'm always a woman first. You know what I'm saying? Whether, even if I'm in a situation or I've experienced it or not, I'm still, you know, a woman first. Yeah. So maybe it got to where you didn't fulfill her. So maybe she felt like you know, well, I don't got to deal with this. Let homegirl, she knew somebody was doing it, but she didn't care at that point. Because she wasn't getting what she needed either. So I guess sometimes, and I'm not trying to be smart, because sometimes men always
think
like.
That's when communication comes in, guys. You
But you won't communicate for 7 years.
No. So, hey, you guys gotta go back and watch that goddamn show. So I communicated, and my thing was, I told her what she was not doing for me. And my thing was, she told me on the show, she said, what you should have done, you should have grabbed me and set me down, and you should have told me that if you don't take care of me, I'm gonna go out and cheat on you. So she expected me just to be that transparent. But I feel that if I come up to you like, hey, listen, you need to start having sex with me, like we ain't had sex in a week or whatever, you know, or you haven't cooked and, you know, it's me and the kids, I'm having to go out and get something to eat, I shouldn't have to.
Can I ask you a question?
Well, as soon as he grab her and sit her down, he gonna be on Hollywood Unlocked because he didn't put his hands on her, so.
But then why didn't you always have the option to leave before it gets to that point?
No, I'm sorry, but listen.
Shout out to Mother and Tammy, because if ain't nobody else gonna be a woman first on the stage, Tammy is. Shout out to Mother and Tammy.
So communication, so I feel that she wasn't being fulfilled. I feel that she should have communicated that to me as well. And I feel that that's where we was lacking at right there.
Well, you know what, on the show, because I did watch some of it.
Yeah.
I heard you communicate to your wife on a numerous occasions, but there was something that I saw, like she wasn't listening to you. She just didn't, she told you what you was going to do.
Yeah.
It was, and you just looked, you would just listen, but your wheels was turning.
Yeah.
And I think she took the relationship for granted.
Yeah.
I really believe that. I think she got comfortable, and she just, because he's a excellent father. Like, they have 4 beautiful children, and he was at home with the children while she was chasing her career.
Yeah.
And I would sit here and I'm like, well, she just, like, with the play situation on season 2.
Yeah.
Because I watched season 2, because that's where it started to, like, boil over. So she said, you said, why are you going to do this play? You're just reliving, you know, what we've already experienced. And she was like, I'm going to do the play, and you're going to support me.
I'm not trying to cut you off. I've never watched it. I'm no disrespect. I never watched that. Well, I don't even watch my own show sometimes. So I never watched the show. But I can say that what you see on TV is only 20% of what happens behind camera.
Absolutely.
So she's not here. I don't know this woman or not, but I can speak, and I don't know your situation either, and I'm not trying to make it like I'm down your throat, because I'm not. But as a woman, I have to speak up and say, as a woman on TV, what you see is literally
not even 20%.
But
listen, we have him here, so you can either.
In a lot of situations, 100% of what you see on TV really what it is.
Yeah,
because it actually carries over onto TV. So some of it.
Well, the focal point on this particular show is their match.
But Martell, you sound stupid. You said, actually, what you see on TV is most of the time exactly what it is. So, you know, some of it, you just proved her point, because that's what she's saying. You only get a small portion, okay, of what's happening. But she really, in my opinion, was speaking to the woman in the green suit, the host, because she's letting her know, like, you're saying all of this, but we don't even get the full scope of what's really happening in their marriage. You know what I'm saying? But then the lady said, well, we have him here. We'll let him talk, because you keep going back referencing to try and come from a place of defense for him for what you saw on the show. Like, I cannot. Let me see what we have here. Thank you so much, Juju New, for the super chat. He's not telling why Mel was doing all that work. She was cleaning up his mess from work. He wasn't handling his business, period. Girl, this is some interesting stuff here. If y'all was going to have this conversation, y'all should have just went ahead and had Mel on the stage too.
Marriage. So you saw a lot of it play out because it was about
that was
marriage.
real.
Well, can I say
Right?
something? Because this is
Yeah.
probably why I'm never going to be married. And
Say
this
to my brothers, you know, I hear you say that, oh, you know, she didn't want to cook, she didn't want to sleep with me or do anything like that. But as the man of the house, as the husband, did you ever think about reeling it back in, putting her in that headspace to say, you know what? You know, let me just get in her head to see where she at. Because I know me, I'm not sleeping with you and things ain't right. Like, this is precious.
what I
So
was
just
saying.
because you my husband, that doesn't mean me and you got to roll in the bed together and the headspace ain't there. Like, you got to reel it back in.
And so, yeah, that's one of the things I was talking.
Oh my, Miss Squirrel gotta listen. Listen, the ladies are standing up. Thank you so much for the super chat, Keisha L. I am sick of this thirsty host. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you.
About when she wasn't sleeping with me or wasn't cooking or anything like that, I mentioned that I need to look at self, because it's a reason that she's not wanting to lay with me or cook or something like that. So yeah, I said at the time I'm mad as hell. At the time I'm like, the fuck, I'm gonna step out, you know, and that's what happened. But a younger me, I mean, I did.
I'm sorry, y'all. When he said, oh, what the F, I'm finna step out, it makes me think that when Mel said, go find you a girlfriend, I feel like he may not be telling the whole story. He could be, I don't know. But let me just say, I feel like I can see it going a different way. I can see him being upset and approaching her on something like, dang, if you ain't gonna do anything, I might as well go get me a girlfriend. And she probably turned around and told him, well, then go get you a girlfriend then. If that's how you feel, then da. You know what I'm saying? You keep saying that stupid you know what I'm saying? So she probably said it like that, not meaning he really should have went and got a girlfriend. But get out my face if you're going to keep coming at me about things I need to do and not look at what it is that you need to do. Because that's one thing I hate in a relationship. Don't tell me about what I need to do or this and that. And then I be like, okay, so what you finna do? Yeah, no. I know only one person ain't in this. It's not just one person that need to fix some things here, okay? This is a collaborative effort here, okay?
Did that. But now, me reflecting, it was wrong for me to step out. So, I mean, I take that accountability. I did. Yeah.
But how could he, Rebecca, how could he have what she said, reel it back in? Like, if she's not listening, because I'm still stuck on not listening.
Thank you.
So, what?
Thank you so much, Shalika, for the super chat. Woo, I'm triggered. I found this lady and asked her, did she get to sleep with him? I deleted it though. They are annoying. You, girl, I'm glad you deleted that because tap. Okay, that's not nice. So that's not nice, girl. Tap. Thank you so much for the super chat. Vernita, thank you so much for the super chat. This was Foxhole panel in Atlanta. Thank you so much. So this would have taken place, I believe, in June. Versus during the the Essence Fest. So thank you so much for the correction on that. I appreciate it. And then who else did we have here? April Glow, thank you so much for the super chat. Damn, do she want him? What the F kind of interview is this? Yikes. A lot of people are saying that. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. You know what? Now that you mentioned it, Vernita, I remember that when they were on live, actually, he and her, they were on a live before they ended up doing this particular panel that was supposed to be coming up. So I do remember that. So thank you for that.
What could he have done if just coming to her and saying, hey, these are my concerns. He's not being heard. So then what is the next course of action? If she doesn't see a problem, because if only one person sees a problem and the other person doesn't see the problem,
Right.
how do you address it?
So
y'all ain't gonna like this, but I believe I can go out here and kick it.
But I want to ask him one more question. So, was this affair going on before the show? It was going on before the show.
Wait, Suzanne. Wait, because you just sat up here and you kept going back to these bullet points that you had about the show, only to not know that it was going on before the show. What in the magic school bus is happening? Lord. Ma'am, I thought you was in tune. Thank you so much, Virgin Love 8 for the super chat. I'm so over that host. This is why it's so, what is so for them to cheat? Did you mean to say it's so easy? It's so easy for them to cheat. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm just like, girl, you just sat up here and watch the show, but then gonna sit up here and talk about something. Now, I have a question. So, did you cheat before the show? When was this happening? Give Blue a clue. Yes, ma'am. Send it over here. Correct. Because, ma'am, you should be tuned in. I thought you was tuned in the way you was going to that for Mr. Tell.
Stop that. Yeah, it was. It was.
So I'm just wondering, like, what now? To Tammy's point about reality TV, I'm just wondering how much of what we observed had to do with the show. Because a lot of the reality TVs are destroying people's marriages. Like a lot of things, you doing it for the camera. Or even, I think...
I have to pause right there. Kyle Richards, and y'all know Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, girl, I ain't really crazy about it, but she definitely says something on Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. She says that reality TV doesn't necessarily ruin marriages. If reality TV breaks up your marriage, it's because you already had some issues pre-existing. You already had some stuff going on before you even got on the show, okay? Now, you probably got under a little microscope once you got on the show or whatever like that. People able to look down and see what's going on for real. However, issues were already there.
Even for her, I mean, you guys are a beautiful couple. You know, you look good on paper, but then I wonder, would she have actually left if it wasn't on the show? Because now you got all these people in your business who are giving their opinions and putting stuff in your head.
Yeah. I think things really heighten once we really get on TV. You know, and a narrative.
So you went into this show knowing you had an affair and it was probably going to play out on TV.
Well, no.
Or you thought you was going to be able to hide it?
Well, it wasn't about hiding. At times, I mean, I did stop. You followed me? So at times, I did stop cheating because, again...
But wasn't the show initially, like, my assistant is a major fan.
Oh, Lord.
The show...
Because you're trying to highlight the fact that at some point I did stop. You know, the stop doesn't necessarily matter when you pick it back up, right? That's funny. But anyway, thank you so much, Shamika, for the super chat. You get all my money today because she ain't know that. This lady is not a relationship expert. She hadn't been in a relationship in 8 years. Oh, my. Oh, well. I do remember her. She said that on her IG Live when her and Martell had this soft interview before they did this. I do remember that. She ain't been in a relationship in 8 years. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Some part of me want to think that it's good because she ain't just out here getting with just anybody because she got to watch her back. You know what I'm saying? She's not just anybody. But at the same time, it's like, not you over here advocating. Okay? Now, if you ain't been in a relationship in 8 years, it does make one wonder what role position was being played. Let's go ahead and keep going. Thank you so much for the super chat.
It wasn't initially all about their marriage. It didn't start out that way. From what I understand, first season, it started out about business and real estate. And then the marriage issue started getting so popular and that took over.
We got some crazy people in the audience, okay? God damn.
You know what? Can I say something though, as far as like when people say reality TV messes up marriages, I don't believe that. I don't believe that TV messes. Me and Walker sat down, and I'm like, listen, it's me and you always.
Yeah, well, no, well, our things was different because, yeah, again, I did cheat and things like that, and it wasn't supposed to be brought onto the show. And so
how you do reality TV and think reality not gonna come into TV?
I want you to finish.
I'm sorry, her shit didn't come out. Her cheating, it didn't come out till later on.
Okay, so
let's go.
It came
I don't want to hear that shit.
We're gonna look. When we come back, we're gonna finish the conversation. about her stuff.
Y'all done got tail man on the stand.
When you were talking about your wife's stuff didn't play out on TV and how that could have, being on TV could have a potential effect on how things played out in the marriage.
Well, considering that my ex-wife and I, we currently are filming a show, I'm not going to dig deep off into certain things because we begin to be at a better place right now. We do have 4 children, and it's real life. So I'm beginning to like watch what I say, watch the moves that I make and things like that, because, you know, we try to put the kid, well, we better put the kids first, you know. And it has been a difficult road, going through a divorce with 4 children and things of that nature. So I'm not going to elaborate on too much.
I want to ask you one more question, and I'm going to transition.
Girl, you should have been in transition. Thank you so much, lady 6916 for the super chat. Martell is slow. We hate to hear it. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to see the exact date of girl, what the hell is this thing doing? Girl, what is this doing? Girl, let me see something. If he still got it up. Did he delete it? He probably deleted it. Yeah, I think he deleted it. Gosh darn you, Mr. Tell. It's not on the page anymore. I was trying to see the exact time frame that he ended up having this interview, but I stand corrected on thinking this was around the Essence Fest. So it seems like Martell started to really get his thoughts and things together when it came to the relationship with Mel and the dynamic of the co-parenting back in June, okay? And since then, we've been seeing them, you know, I guess be on a better accord or whatnot. So let's keep going. Thank you again, Lady 6916 for the super chat.
How are you incorporating that 5th child?
Well, to me, it's very simple. I've been a great father since I had my first child, and I'm carrying on with my 5th. It's no difference. Yeah.
Can't take
I
that
have
away.
him the times that I have my 4 children, and a lot of people look like, how do you do it? I mean, hell, I just do it, you know?
Right.
Thank you so much, Shalika, for the super chat. He's not watching what he says. Okay, I'm done. Thank you again for the super chat.
Yeah.
Right. Does it have a negative impact on your relationship with your ex-wife?
Well, I don't let her even have a say-so about anything when it comes to my 5th child.
That's good. I want to, and I'm going to move on, but I want to hone in on that because a lot of
fine.
times when you're in a relationship and you in that situation has happened, a lot of times the man allow that woman to dictate their relationship with their child.
Yeah, no. It's almost like she knew that she was pregnant before I did. She kind of put it on social media before anything. So I think she kind of braced herself for what was to come. And she know the kind of the man that I am, the father that I am, and things like that. So she know I wasn't gonna be slacking or not having him when I have the other 4 children. Okay. So it was an amazing transition. You know, my other 4 kids love my 5th child. And again, they don't know any difference at this moment because again, I told them about him earlier on, and then probably a couple weeks later, I introduced them. And it was almost like love at first sight. So everything's been good. Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much, Sandria for the super chat. Kick her off the stage with a steel toe boot. My goodness, not a steel toe.
Become who you needed her to be. Not possibility, but the actual capability in that season of her life to be who you needed her to be.
I mean, to answer that question, I mean, of course she was capable. She was capable of doing it from the beginning, but I guess just the emotions, the feelings and things of that nature, whatever I was giving or not giving at that time was the actual response, you know? And I guess the response was, I mean, I'm not doing certain things to satisfy him because of what I was doing or what I was not doing. So one or the other.
I just asked him that question off camera. Did he think that his wife, because he said that your side piece only really gave you like 15, 20% of what you were missing?
Yeah, look at you, a producer up here. Okay, go ahead.
No,
not a producer up here.
No, that's accurate.
Your wife was giving you 80%, but you were willing to risk that for 15 or 20?
I think that was very foolish of me to do such a thing. But at that time, I'm not thinking like, oh, my wife giving me 85% and she's giving me 15 or whatever. I was thinking like that. So, I mean, if I had thought like that, I would have been like, hell no, I don't want that damn 15%. I'm gonna stick in this house and sit my ass down somewhere. But that wasn't the case.
That's embarrassing. That is embarrassing, Mr. Tell. Ooh, and you learned that she was only giving you 15% after the fact, after you had a child with her. And talking about if he was in the right state of mind, he would have been denied that. And you had 7 years to get in the right state of mind. Woo, sir. I don't know what to tell Martell, y'all. I don't know. It seems like he's trying to do better. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. We shall wait to see. I don't know what to tell him on that. You know, Martell never sees anything until it's like the last minute. You feel what I'm saying? You know, I don't know how to help him with that. Did he keep calling her the peasant? Did he? I didn't hear that. Martell never deserved Mel or any other woman. His thought process is disgusting. Oh, his thought process is disgusting. Whew. That's crazy. I'm not a fan of the show because Monique is too much. She complains all in my face. Oh, okay. You're talking about Love and Marriage DC. Gotcha. You're at the top of the thing. She was giving him 80%. And he still wanted more. Jeez Louise. We hate to hear that. We hate to hear that. I don't even know where they got this 80%. I guess it was 85, but Miss Girl was giving 15. You know what I'm saying? And that 85 was definitely a whole lot better. But I mean, hey, people make their mistakes. And it really took Mel, honestly, to divorce Martell for him to really start to learn some things. Because as long as she was staying there, he was gonna do what he wanna do because that's what he been doing, and he gonna do that anyway. Cause that's just how he is. You know what I'm saying? So he was gonna do whatever he wanted to do. We hate to hear it, but I just wanted to play that for you guys, you know what I'm saying? So that we can like listen to it together, all that other great stuff. Y'all continue to talk about it down below in the comments, honey. If you have yet to like the video, please go ahead and do so. If you're not already subscribed, please go ahead and do that as well. I'm Jamie That's Me. Feel free to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jamie That's Me, honey. I gotta go watch Love Island and all that other cute stuff, girl. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.